A nor'easter is coming to Gillette Stadium.
Different look. I think it's pretty sweet.
The NFL put out a series of rivalry uniforms for some big games, alternate jerseys for some premier franchises.
We always love a good rivalry game.
I love New England. A little bit of a throwback to the Bledsoe era.
Nor'easter warning in advance.
Nike's doing new uniforms and they're changing it up this year for rivalry games. It's going to be a really fun campaign. I think the fans are going to love it.
Sometime around July of 2023, the NFL came to owners and presidents of the clubs and introduced the NFL Rivalries concept.
We know that there's that added, excitement for a rivalry game from the team and also the fan base. And the NFL thought, what a great way to really get fans engaged. So back in 2023, they reached out to the Patriots as one of 8 teams that would create a Rivalries uniform for 2025.
They basically split the country in half. So, okay, we're gonna do AFC East and NFC West and roll it in other divisions next year.
And over the next 4 years, more divisions will come online.
The desire there was to create a program that involved releasing a new uniform for each club that told a story about your team.
So for us, the Rivalries program was really all about kind of figuring out what is in our DNA and what's in the core of a New England Patriots fan.
And the first step was looking at our current uniform closet. What about our uniforms did we like, did we not like, what was missing? We also looked at other sports, other professional teams, international teams.
The first order of business was to kind of circle the wagons a little bit. We got a focus group together to try to just get flow of ideas.
And I think what Allie did from her perspective was really gain a lot of input. It wasn't just someone deciding what this was going to be. It was really an effort by a lot of people.
From then on, we had, I'd say, a pretty fast follow with the NFL and Nike, where we got on the phone with a lot of their representatives and their creative team.
They actually came to a game, and ironically, it was the game that Brady was coming back for the first time. It was interesting because they got to experience not only an entirely excited and amped up crowd, but the weather that day was really sort of what they came away with. Really poor weather, cold, raw, rainy. The kickoff was actually fantastic in terms of all that coming together for them and them going back and creating a mood board.
The mood board was imagery of the New England coast, of lighthouses, of shipping and boating gear. And we were like, yeah, this is the vibe we want to go for. And so as we started walking through that process, we kind of wanted to make sure the uniform had a story behind it and had a theme. Dealing with the 4 seasons, the challenging weather, and we thought using the nor'easter as sort of an underlying theme to the design made a lot of sense.
We were excited because we felt like the mood board that they presented to us really sort of hit the mark in terms of direction. But when we got the first round of creative, we weren't really moved.
So the initial concepts, I think we got them in February 2024, and they were all silver or gray, that was sort of the primary color, kind of going into that foggy, New England coastline sort of feel. And when we saw them, we just thought we'd seen them before.
Nothing was, hitting for us. It was just the gray, I think, was really just too dull.
This jersey represents New England as a whole. It's going to be sharp, but to have the input, you got to think of how cool can this really be?
We felt like it was an opportunity to kind of push the limits a little bit. So the feedback we gave to them was just that. We'd like to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of what changes we make into what elements of the uniform.
A lot of the mood board imagery that we gave Nike had a lot of that sort of blue, rugged, worn out feel to it.
We just all kept going back to this really, muted sort of color.
And so we said, hey, could we look at doing something with this blue? And then they came back with the next round. This was in the spring of 2024 with what we now have as the main color in what we call storm blue.
At the time, we called it diffuse blue, and it really sort of stopped us, and we were like, yeah, I think that's going to work. And it was more the narrative behind it, in addition to the uniqueness of the color, that we really kind of grabbed onto.
One thing that I think is really special about our rivalry uniform is we're wearing a whole different color than anybody else. Most of the teams that did this went pretty much white or black. Ours is not even in our regular color palette. It's completely unique and different, and I think for that reason it's special.
The uniform has so many unique symbols, and the symbolism we felt was really important to the design of the overall uniform. We've won 6 Super Bowl championships. We have 6 New England states here, so incorporating that into the uniform, and we did that through the red stars on the collar of the jerseys. You know, the saying, "We are all Patriots," is something that we've used since the 2001 Super Bowl when Mr. Kraft gave his speech.
We are all Patriots, and tonight, the Patriots are world champions.
And so that was something that we wanted to display on the uniform, but felt it was probably most appropriate to do it kind of inside the neckline. So every time one of those players went to put that uniform on, they saw that and they had that mentality of, "We're all Patriots."
So there was all these little elements that they tried to drive in, but also honor the history of the team and the uniform. A lot of people wanted us to bring the 90s uniform back. They thought that's what this would be.
But this program in particular is not about throwbacks. This is about designing something new.
Maybe someday there'll be a time where we wear the royal blues again. This just isn't that program.
That said, you know, we wanted to give that a little nod. So the number set, that italicized number set, kind of is a nod to, you know, that 90s jersey.
Dwight designed the NE logo on the shoulder, which he used a compass as sort of the inspiration there.
There's an NE mark that they kept pushing us. It was a shoulder hit on the uniform. We loved the idea of it, so we took that internally and came up with some sketches and sent them back. And when we deployed that on the uniform, we were like, oh, that's cool.
Just these little, really unique designs that were thoughtfully incorporated and really come to life when I think you see close-ups of the uniform. I think one of the biggest points of emphasis for us was really making sure that the team was going to react to it positively.
Given that we couldn't really upfront share designs with the players and get their feedback, we kind of leveraged Stick and Dev.
When Allie said, call me, she was like, hey, I need you to come look at something. I go up there and I was like, oh, okay, here we go. You gotta think like a player, like, okay, how would this look if we put this on? You know, because when you're looking at a board or you're looking at a screen or you got something laid out on a mannequin, it's way different than a person wearing it.
We were picking out socks and helmet. Like, we got in on the helmet aspect of it and trying to figure out what helmets to use, what finish on the helmet, what face mask.
Devin specifically, he's a helmet guy, so like he had all kinds of great ideas for the helmet. Not only just like color, but also like would the face mask be chrome, would it be metallic? You know, just the little details that Devin's fabulous, has been doing it for a long time. And Stick the same way, like they're equipment guys, but they're uniform guys. They really are passionate about what they do.
So we were calling around trying to get some samples from different places. So like, I was calling some of my old college connects, like, hey, we thinking about doing this. Can I get a face mask? So we can, you know, see different ideas at least, or what the vision was.
We kind of tweaked it a little bit, not a lot. You know, white socks, blue socks, what looks good, you know, just like the odd and end pieces.
At one point, we were able to get the uniform in front of a couple of players and have them help us make these final decisions.
Allie wanted an opinion. And I was like, all right, who can we bring up? And Ramondre, and we had Antonio Gibson was still in. And I just remember going down to the locker room and looking at them and was like, hey, you, come see right quick. Top secret, I need y'all to come follow me for a second. And they did, and they gave their opinion.
Oh, they thought, oh, this is cool. Like, you know, guys were like, oh, can this be our primary uniform? Like, no.
They liked the direction that we were going with the helmet. They gave their opinions, and I think everybody kind of flowed with it. With that, and I think it's what we all decide on is the product that you'll see on the field when on that Thursday night. So from the moment like we got the helmets done to wheeling it down to the tunnel for the photo shoot, like
Let me drive the boat.
You see it on the hangers, and you're like, okay, and then like you finally see the guys in it, and it's like, yo. This looks really good. Like, I mean, I'm biased, but I'm like, we might have the best rivalry uniform in football right now.
Where y'all seen me?
Oh, you did see it. You can go in here, change in there if you want.
There I go.
I don't even know what type of blue this is.
Storm blue.
Storm blue. Storm blue? Is that what we're calling it? Yeah. I like that.
I think kind of the first thought with the storm blue is it's a different look. I think it's pretty sweet.
Act like you guys like each other.
All right. 6 stars, 6 Super Bowl. We need to add like one more pilot like.
I liked it a lot. As soon as I saw it, I liked it. The history of the AFC East is great. And you know, there's a lot of rivalries in our division, and the atmosphere is always right when we have a division game, and so I think it's awesome to have these uniforms.
Seeing some of the jerseys in the crowd has been awesome, and I'm looking forward to putting them on and putting them to real use.
When we saw the final product, it was kind of deep breath. We kind of all sat there on this call and looked at it and kind of all at the same time nodded and said, we felt like we really nailed it.
Already, we're seeing it in the stands. We're seeing it out in public. I think that basically says, we've kind of hit it.
I can't remember a program that received this kind of attention. This many people being brought into the process, this many people being consulted for opinions. So to see that come to fruition is probably one of the most special things I've been a part of here in 20 years.
We were first, but it was also a first for the league, and it was also a first for Nike. So I think one of the things that I feel good about too is kind of being a part of the process that helps the league and Nike moving forward for the next 4 years of rolling this out across all 32 teams.
To be a part of designing a new uniform for your hometown team is pretty special. I think there'll be some goosebumps on November 13th, Thursday Night Football, when I see the team run out on the field in them.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a pinch me moment. I've been doing this for a long time, but when you're a part of something like this, you realize how lucky you are to be involved.
To have watched the team and watched the attention to detail and wanting to make sure that every last element of the uniform was perfect was just fun to be part of the process and to be surrounded by people who were so passionate and cared so much about bringing this to life and making it stand out.